everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Nicole and this is Darvanalee Designs Studio, and today we are here for the next installment in our A to Z quilt block challenge. We're up to block F and today we are working on the fox and geese block. So let's get started. So we are here for block F and it's called Fox and Geese. Okay, and we have it in a 15-inch and a 9-inch block, and you are going to be making some flying geese and some half square triangles in this one. Super quick and super simple to do, although it looks pretty difficult, but it's actually quite simple. All right, so here is our 9-inch one. I've just done that in some planes today. We have the instructions for the 9-inch one on the sheet, cutout sheet, and at the end of the video I will give you the sizes that you need to square up your half square triangles and your little flying geese and all the rest of it. Okay, so if you're doing the 9-inch one, stick around to the end. Now I will say, if you are making this block, if you are cutting from the 15-inch, just cut from there. You do not need to cut anything from the 9-inch one. Okay, so anything under the bold number size of the block is what you cut for that particular size. With all that said, now what we're going to do is you're going to grab some fabrics, and we need 3 fabrics today. A background, and in whatever color you choose, 2 contrasting ones. So you can see here on this purple one I've got some contrasting colors here, so there's a light and dark, and then we've got the white background. And over here you can see I've used a check one with a plain one that's got a pattern on it in the purple, but there's purple to make it contrasting. Okay, we also need some a pencil or a friction pen. A quick unpick is not necessary, but you might need it, you never know. I have been using this a lot lately to help me open my seams up when I press everything open. You're going to need a rotary cutter. As I said, you'll need your 3 fabrics, and you're going to need an assortment of rulers, and you'll need one that is over 9-inch or larger, because we need to cut some fabrics. All right, so once you've got everything together, oh, and of course you're going to need some pins. Once you've got everything together, we need to make some half square triangles, which are our cornerstones, and we need to make some flying geese and join them together for the component. So we've got to make 4 of these, and I've already done that off camera, and you can see here that I've got 3 already done. Okay, so I'm going to set them aside. You will also need a piece of fabric for the larger one, okay, which is your center. Okay, you will need to cut that to size as per the cutting instructions, and once you've got that, set that aside. Then you'll need to cut yourself 2 colored squares and 2 white squares, and on the white squares you're going to mark a diagonal line on the back, or you can use diagonal tape if you've got that on your machine. It's entirely up to you. And then that will make 2 half square triangles, so you'll need 2 white and 2 of the purple. Okay, so we end up with 4 half square triangles, and I've just done some stuff off camera just to make it a bit quicker. All right, so I'm just going to move my paper out of the way, and because I don't need my cutting instructions at this point. Now I'm not going to give any measurements or anything like that because it's all on the cutting instructions. Make sure that you've got that down and just tick it off as you go. Okay, now for our flying geese, we need to make get some rectangles, and we need 2 in the purple, and we need 2 in our contrasting color, and then we need I believe we need 2, 4, 6, 8 squares. Just had a mind blank then. And again, you're going to mark a diagonal line on the back. If you've got the diagonal tape, you don't need to do that. Once you've got all your fabrics cut and everything, what you're going to do is you will do your half square triangles first. So you're going to sew 1/4 inch away from that line on either side. So let's do that now. Okay, so you can see there I have sewn on either side of that line. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your ruler. You might need a little bit of a longer ruler. Where is it? There it is. and then you're just going to cut from corner to corner. Okay, next we're going to square this up, and for this size, so the larger block size, we're going to square that up to 4 1/4. Okay, and I've allowed for extra fabric so you can square it up. Now I've gone over in other videos prior to this one for how to square up and what my tips and tricks are, so if you just go and check out some of those previous videos, I will link up the playlist for the A to Z quilt block challenge, and you can go and check them out. I always allow a little bit extra. My squares are actually a little bit bigger than what I needed, but because I made a cutting mistake, as I do sometimes. Right. So now once you've done that, you'll repeat that with your other squares, and you will end up with 4 half square triangles, so you can set them aside with your larger square. And next what we're going to do is we are going to make some flying geese, and we're going to join them together. So your 2 dark ones are in the center and your light ones are on the outside. And as I said, I have already done some off camera, so we're just going to make these ones. Make sure that you've got a diagonal line marked, okay, and then you put one going into the center, and then we just stitch on that line. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that corner off. So we want to cut away from this bit here, and we'll put our 1/4 inch mark from our ruler onto that line that we just sewed, and we'll trim that off, and we'll repeat that with all of them. And of course, don't forget to save your scraps, and you can turn these into little half square triangles and use them to make the mini quilt that we had on the channel the other day. I'll link that up down below for you to go and have a look. So I'm just going to press these open first with my finger, and then I'll put the iron to them. Okay, so once you've done that, you just give them a quick press, and that will just get everything to lay down nice and flat. Okay, next we're going to do the other side. So what we'll do is we'll place our little square on there, and then we'll sew on that line. So now what we do is exactly the same thing again. We'll do that stitch and flip, separate all these out, and again we open up our seams. I just like to open up my flying geese because they just sit a lot nicer. Now you will notice that I have allowed for a lot of extra fabric on the top of our geese, because I have had many requests from people that said that they were struggling with flying geese. They keep losing their points and all that sort of stuff. So in this pattern I've actually made the height of the geese a little bit higher, and that way that gives us room to trim off from the top, and then we can trim it up to the correct measurement. Okay, so press all of your seams open, and that way it'll lay nice and flat. Okay, so you can see there it's nice and flat. and you can see the point. You can probably see it a little bit better on this darker one. You can see your point really well. So when we're sewing, we know that if we're sewing over onto the purple color, we're going to lose our point. Okay, and I always like to, when I'm sewing my flying geese together, especially in the pattern that we've got today, I like to have this bit on top so I can see where I'm going, and then that way I don't lose any points. All right, so we need to trim this up to 2 1/4 for this one. Okay, so basically I've allowed enough on either side. So what I'm going to do is just having a look here, I'm going to line my 1/4 inch up at the tip of my geese. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit off. Okay, so that way you're guaranteed not to lose your point. Okay, and we want it at 2 1/4, and it should be 4 1/4 lengthwise. Okay, so let me just have a look. I can take a little bit more off the top here. All right, just bring that down. All right. And you're going to do that with all of them. Okay, so once you've got it trimmed off the top, you've got 1/4, you can take some off the bottom. Okay, I did make it a little bit bigger so we had plenty of room to work with, and you can see there that I've got enough room for my 1/4 inch seam allowance. So now what we need to do is we need to arrange them in their pattern. So basically we have 2 in the dark in the center, the 2 dark ones in the center, and then we have the 2 light ones on the outside. Okay, and so as I was saying, I like to, when I sew them, instead of having it on this side, I will turn it over so I can see my point, and that way if I need to adjust anything I can. And I will leave my needle in the down position, and then I will just use my 1/4 inch foot, and I will show you what it looks like in just a moment. So you can see there I've sewn above that point, so when I open it up I haven't lost the point off my flying geese. Okay, all right, so and I'm going to sew this one together, and then I'll join the 2. And again I'll do the same thing. I'll have that the point of the flying geese at the top, so you can see there I haven't lost my point on either one. Okay, so we'll open that up, and we know that our purple one has to be in the center. So again, lay them on top of one another, lining up your raw edges, and then stitch on the side that the flying geese is. You can see the point, and then that way, as I said, you can adjust as you need to go. All right, so there we go. That's what our flying geese look like. You can see we haven't lost any of our points, and we're just going to, when we press this, I'm just going to have the seams going to the points. So that is what our units need to look like. All right, now you will repeat that until you have 4 of those units. Okay, so once you've got your 4, we're ready to do our layout. So grab your center block and your half square triangles. Okay, and you're just going to lay it out, and your half square, the purple goes into the center. Now for the 9-inch block, your half square triangles will need to be squared up to 2.5 inches. Okay, your flying geese components will need to be 2.5 inches in height, okay, and 1 3/4. Okay, so remember we had these cut at the width of these. All right, so whatever the width of this is, your half square triangle, so 2.5 inches for your 9-inch block, you will need to have your flying geese height at 1 3/4. Okay, all the cutting instructions are there, and so that you just have to remember to do that. Alrighty, so we are just going to lay everything in place. Alright, so our center ones are facing down and our top and bottom are facing to the right. Okay. And yes, we are supposed to have this here. So it's Fox and Geese is what it's called. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join our rows together. So I'm going to start with the side ones. Okay, so once you've done all that, give it all a really good press, and then that is your block complete. And I hope you liked the Fox and Geese block. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you being here, and I do hope that you enjoyed making the Fox and Geese block. I absolutely love this block, and I just love the purples, how they've all come together. If you've made it this far, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it. But that's it for me today. I hope that you're getting lots of crafting in no matter where you are in this big wide world. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.